Zdravím všechny, co jsem na tady ze Stresa. Vítejte u dalšího pokračování našich cestovatelských dobrodružství, taky známý jako Genshin Impact. Dneska se obzvlášť pravděpodobně zacestujeme, protože se budeme snažit potkat cestovatelku 7 moří a oceánů Beidou. Takže se rovnou píknem, kde ji můžeme zastihnout. A ano, je to Hangout. Beidou, Hangout Act 1. When the crux shines bright. Hang out with Beidou when a crux shines bright. Go to the Alcor. Jaká nemá pasivní kotviště tady. Home Anchor Base za Guyunstone Forestem. Mezi Liyue a Inazumou.
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember. Guys, look who the sea washed up!
Ahoy there, traveler! So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Takže jsme dostali invite, ať se dostavíme v určitou dobu. A my jsme se dostavili.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the rumors true?
That's what I heard too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's Vision Hunt decree was finally put to an end. Well done, traveler.
Yay! Minimálně se to díky referencím děje někde zhruba po inazumském arku, takže jej.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Inazuma would stir up some waves, and sure enough.
No, let's see. It was a joint effort. I can't take all the credit.
Look at you, being so modest. We all know what you did to protect Liyue Harbor.
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too. The honorary knight. Pretty impressive.
Hey.
I think someone of your caliber would be right at home in the cracks. Right, sailors?
That's right. Wow, I'm getting excited just thinking of being the traveler's crewmate. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Hey.
Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beidou. Surely you've got a way to get the traveler on board.
Well, she's on board right now for the celebration, isn't she?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough. You know what we mean, Captain.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, traveler. You earned everyone's respect, myself included. So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey without some bigger purpose in mind. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with us? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon, would instead be holding someone back.
Right. I guess we didn't think that part through.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves the strongest that you can be. If we are powerful, they will come to us. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes. A strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy ship.
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me. Thanks for the reminder, Captain.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Now, there's no more need to hound the traveler, as you were. The traveler and I have something to discuss.
To je asi nejvíc side charakterů, který jsem viděl voiceovaných najednou. A ne prostě jenom text only.
I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard.
Wow, 3 dollary. Jo, tohle je hangout, takže to bude hrozně větvovaný. Well, jako vždycky. Tak jak myslím, tak jak uvážím za nejlepší na poprvé a pak to budu nějak gameovat. No June, the crew seem excited to see you. Why later? Oh, třeba. The crew seem really excited to see me. Thanks for helping me out back there.
Hey, don't mention it. As a host, it would be pretty embarrassing to continue letting my guests be put on the spot like that. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not how the Crux made it to where we are today. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may become. But then again, the crew isn't usually this riled up. It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you, both your strength and your character. So please, don't take it the wrong way.
Sure. Why would I? I'm actually quite interested in the life of a sailor.
Oh, is that so? Well, it just so happens that we're doing some recruitment and training for new crew members while we're back. It'll be a first-rate chance to learn the life of a sailor.
Není to jako by ten overall Archon-quest věc měl nějaký time limit.
Since you're interested, why don't you come along and experience a sailor's life firsthand? I'm curious to see if you'll take the sea by storm in the same way you have on land.
Trying to make a splash. Alright, Captain. Show me the ropes.
Good. Come with me. I've got something interesting for you to see. Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you the tedium of that. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more specialized training, according to their own aptitudes and the needs of the fleet. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including maritime emergency rescue, marine meteorology, psychological counseling, and so on. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux.
What's the other team? Blank? No, myslím, že je to čínský nějaký Chinese proverb, což nějaký říkání, který je jako spear a shield, takže dle téhletý logiky a tím, že Liyue je inspirovaná Čínou právě, tak zkusím tohletou logikou. What's the other team? The Spear of the Crux?
That's right. You catch on quick.
Yep, it's that simple.
As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. They'll make up the armed portion of our crew. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
Jako, vzhledem k tomu, co všechno jsme dělali, tak tohle vypadá velmi pravděpodobně, i když dělat to samý na lodi je úplně něco jiného, ale tohle se mi zdá jako ta víc cowardly choice. Tohle je jakože taková víc, yeah, let's go for it. Bude to náročnější, ale let's go for it. A taky jsem si takový uvědomil, že tohle je ukázková split decision na hangout eventu. Takže budu muset to bojit přesně tohle. I'm a brave, great and capable traveler. I accept any challenge. I'll go for the spear.
You truly are an adventurer at heart.
See?
Let's start with the fundamentals for any armed crew member. Basic boat handling. Follow me. These are some older skirmish boats that we keep on the Alcor's backup. Although they've been made redundant by newer models now, they're still fully kitted out. They're perfect for when we need to do simulated battles as part of crew training.
For a second, I thought I'd be seeing the whole Alcor in a battle simulation.
Disappointed? So this isn't quite on the scale that you had in mind. To be honest, the Alcor going into battle is the last thing I'd ever want to see. In fact, out of all the confrontations we've ever had, almost all were resolved by negotiation. Only when negotiations fail do we consider deploying our armed fighters and skirmish boats, and they alone are enough to handle most situations. The only reason the Alcor would ever need to open fire would be if it were a fight to the death. The Alcor serves only two purposes: to deter or to destroy. We are an armed fleet with a strong sense of justice, not war-hungry lunatics. We're very careful about determining when to use force and exactly what level of force to use. All of this to say that mastering a small attack craft is quite enough for new crew members. Do you have any experience piloting small armed vessels?
Sand fan fires. I can sound fire at the same time easy.
You mean you can do the jobs of a helmsman and a gunner simultaneously? Wow, that's quite an achievement.
Jako hra to jinak nedokáže zvládnout, takže that's how it is.
Even in the Crux, there are few who can do that. Seems like you're a natural. In that case, I'll skip the basics on how to operate your craft. The goal of this exercise is simple. Steer your skirmish boat along the prescribed route and return here within the time limit. You can start when you're ready. I'll be waiting here so I can observe your skill.
Dun, 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 dun. Complete the boat handling. I don't need to do these. Send them stamina replenishry. Wow! Jsem zalítl do schodu. Jo, já musím zpátky? Jo, uno momento. Bleh. Where's the end? No. Ach jo, oni to říkali, že prostě tam mám doplachtit, ale když jsem to plachtil já tam, tak prostě neplachtit tam. Prostě, jako co jiného jsem měl dělat, tam nic jiného na práci nebylo. Jediné, co se tam dodělalo dělat, je prostě následovat ty kroužky a plachtit tam. Tak tam doplachtím. Ale pak hra mi řekne, abych se vrátil, a když se za celou tu zbývající časomíru vrátím, tak pak mi řeknou, abych tam znova doplechtil. Jako co? To jako hra počítá, že jsem nějaký totálně retardovaný? Že prostě jako to s tím neumím? A nebo že se na ty coiny tam nahoře vyseru a dopluju až pod tu loď? No, teď tu ten kroužek je. Najednou.
Nicely done. That was a joy to watch. Perfect timing on the turns, you kept your craft stable on the straightaway. It was like watching a well-rehearsed show.
I've had a lot of training in sailing.
All right. It's high time I introduced you to some of the more serious business that the Crux takes on. Come with me. We're going to Liyue Harbor.
Oh. That's gonna be exciting. Whoa. Oj! Tak, jedna loď z flotily doplula do přístavu, ať jsme tu s Beidou ve městě. Co pak by se mohlo stát?
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the Crux is kind of like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire. We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B. Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Remission company adventures commission, bounties for capturing pirates on the Ministries of Island list, consultancy fees for running fast-track training courses for other crews. Jako... Adventurers Guild commissions, maybe?
Actually, it's trading in certain kinds of goods.
Jo, takže správná odpověď asi nebyla ani jedna z nich. To se taky stává.
Hey, my hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway. If you give me the all clear, I'll head straight over.
Okay. Be careful.
What's your bookkeeper doing here?
Well, she has something to take care of. Mora Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the less official side, is doing exactly what merchants do. Importing here, exporting there. The only difference between us and regular merchants is that our transactions aren't entirely above board. You'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to see one such transaction for yourself.
Takže je tradování s kontrabandem?
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go meet our trading partner for the...
Ooh, illegal stuff. Wow, Beidou běží. Tamhle je gad, který doslova čumí do zdi. OK. Možná by měl čumět tady na přístav, když se tu něco neděje, ale...
Fresh
Okay.
seafood! Fresh seafood!
What do you have?
Bla bla bla.
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmongers, we've got everything you could ask for. So what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Huh? You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat? How do you expect me to get all those out?
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder, it's not the bass I want.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder.
Okay. Then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales that...
What kind of fish
Okay.
scales are yellow outside and black inside? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert, are you?
Didn't you say you have everything we could
I'm
ask
sorry,
for?
ma'am, but look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate anything they ask for. Seems you two are amateurs. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to go someplace else.
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers is for professionals. For amateurs, the place to go to would be Wise Amateur Fishmonger.
Wow, takový místo existuje.
I bet you're wondering why that guy was saying he didn't have what we wanted. That was just the first step in the transaction to confirm our identity. The real deal will come later.
Wow. For me. Oh, on tu takový typek existuje.
Fresh seafood. Come take a look.
Až jaká bude kontrolní otázka, by věděl, že tu nejsme poprvé, ale že tu jsme jako na druhém místě.
Is this wise amateur fishmongers?
That's the one. We have all kinds of amateur stuff here. The more amateur, the more of it we got. What would you like?
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless, mind you.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim bladder in there for you. On the house.
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside, so you can tell at a glance. This ain't no ordinary fishtail.
Do the scales add up to 81 or 7 times 7?
If it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648. It's up to you.
Great. I like your style. We have a deal.
I appreciate your patronage. Please, take your order to our warehouse manager over there.
Don't you have the fish here?
A real amateur if I've ever met one. Proud to have you as a customer. No, we don't have the fish here. All fish sold at Wise Amateur Fishmongers are still swimming in the sea. Once we get the order in from the customer, we go fish it out for them. The warehouse handles that side of things. Pay first, then we bring you the goods. That way you get the freshest catch.
Okay. To je zajímavý shady business tactics.
Are you two here to collect your order, huh, Beidou?
Yes, sir. We're here about that bass.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow procedure. The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait for the right moment to catch it. You know the rule.
Of course.
What rules?
Oh, well, as you know, timing and location are everything when it comes to fishing. You have to wait till all the conditions are just right. That means the tide, the moon, and the wind. So, let me ask you this. When will the tide come in?
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before the party's over?
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes. Which way will the sea breeze be blowing?
The breeze should be bound for Guyon.
All right then, well received. I'll go and make arrangements.
Great. I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in Liyue Harbor. Let's head back and wait for the delivery.
That's it? But where's the fish?
I thought we were pretty clear. The three people we just met are our business partners. Nay's professional fishmongers and Wise amateur fishmongers are just cover names. The bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications. Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions for the deal itself. Let me translate it for you. Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyon Stone Forest. The Alcor will wait there as long as needed. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight.
Bylo to drogý? Asi ne. It's all so mysterious. Is it as shady as it seems?
What if I were to say yes? What would you do then?
Give you a light set. Pretend I didn't see anything.
Thank you. But don't worry, everything will be fine. I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux. I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because you hung out with me. So rest assured, we haven't broken any laws. At least not today.
Okay. Go over here. Můžeme vyrazit. Oh. Jen portící fade screen.
Captain Beidou, you gave me quite the surprise when you showed up in person earlier today.
Well, my friend is visiting, so I wanted to show her how the Crux handles some of its important business.
I see. You two must be close.
You got that right. Now, down to business. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here. Please, feel free to take stock.
Stop. Nobody move.
Oh, shit.
Certain information pertaining to a potential illegal business transaction at this location.
How? Někdo odposlouchával ten guard, co čuměl do zdi?
Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Should I run for it? Jo, to definitivně pomůže. Should I distract them with my sword?
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Well, all the goods are here. If you have any suspicions, please inspect them at your leisure.
Let's check the goods.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on. And all the paperwork checks out too.
Huh?
Říkala, že nic nelegálního neprovedla. Zatím. Takže zatím pro dnešek to nelegální asi není.
Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here.
Yep.
Paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the tax declarations are all in order.
Looks like you've managed to clear everything up. I suppose we can put this down as a simple misunderstanding.
Yes, apologies. This was a mistake on our end. Come on, let's go.
Suck it. Ale že se ukázali prostě jako prostě stop. Do you have a contraband?
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious.
All this mystery over some potatoes and flour? Are you Irish?
Seems like your friend still has a little catching up to do.
I know you have a lot of questions. Come on, take a walk with me and I'll lay it all out for you.
Well, I'll leave you both to it. Captain Beidou, I look forward to doing business with you again.
Just take care as well.
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today.
Dneska ne,
The
zítra
truth is,
určitě.
that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux fleet, and you, the great hero of Liyue Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time. In other words, whenever you or I crop up in Liyue Harbor, it almost always draws their attention.
Jsem si říkal.
Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you.
In their words, it's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble.
Oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe. But how does that saying go again? Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Maura Grubber, the accountant.
Ah,
You, me,
papíry.
and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch.
Že to byl
After all, the
falešnej?
Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us.
Takže ona v podstatě udělala dva obchodní transakce na jednou. Jednu normální basic bitch transakci na oko, která přitáhla pozornost. A tu actual kontrabandovou transakci udělal někde vedle ve skrytu. Tyjo, to je mazaný. Jako jako za to poklona, Beidou. Za to poklona, to bylo hodně chytrý.
Looking at the time, it should be any second now. Look, that's the signal.
Pím. Joj mi nirachejtle.
Tonight's real deal is officially done. Do you have any more questions?
I have a feeling Ningguang is gonna be on to you.
You're right. Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things too far, she won't look into it too closely. She knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm Liyue.
After all, it is her home.
In any case, there's another higher level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. It's top secret. Even I don't know whose names are on it. But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list are the ones the Qixing are really wary of. I've gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I are actually business partners too. Reason being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants.
Yep. After all, she is the best. Pokud chcete něco dopravit přes oceán, nebo něco, co leží přes oceán hodně daleko, ona je ta nejlepší. What is the real deal?
It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be easily attainable for some people can often be a lifesaver for others who can't get their hands on it. That's where we come in. It's as simple as that.
You mean... Udělám trošku víc say-so odpověď. Medicine?
You still have some important things to take care of, don't you? As long as you don't know what I was referring to, you'll be safe.
Myslím, že správná odpověď nebyla ani jedno z toho.
So, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you for now. Of course, if the day comes when you've traveled to every corner of the world, found your sibling, and neatly tied up all your loose ends along the way...
Což někdy se nevyhnutelně stane.
You're welcome to come back here, and I'll tell you all about it. You'll always be welcome in the Crux fleet. I hope I get to see you on board again someday.
Guyun Buyers Club. Once everything is over. Once everything is over, come back and see me. No. Že jako Spear je fajtování a v podstatě dealování s nelegálníma goods.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking in. After this, the new one team
Tohle
will
už jsme.
serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux.
The other Spear of the Crux.
That's right. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
Well, vzali jsme si jedno. Now we have the other. The Shield.
As I expected. You have a will to protect others. There are two main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on: survival knowledge and entertainment. As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries and diseases at sea, navigation and cartography, basic meteorology, etc. You can go learn about these skills from Yinxing, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields.
I thought I would be learning from you.
Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but you shouldn't underestimate the knowledge of the crew. If there's anything I'm most proud of in the fleet, it's my people. Go and get to work. I'll have some questions to test you later. I look forward to seeing how you do.
Isn't this good? Yeah, no one is supposed to have all the answers, but you can count on your friends to help you.
Hello, traveler. I'm Yinxing, the Crux's surgeon at sea. Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me.
Ah, doctor.
I deal with it all, from seasickness and common colds to amputations and everything in between.
Any potřeby, I guess. I'd like to learn about treating injuries and illnesses at sea.
I presume the captain arranged this, correct? First of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face?
Losing a limb? Ztratí ruku hned pár minut potý? Ne, samozřejmě. Někdo se může třeba přidat a nemusí vůbec vědět, že je seasick. Já třeba taky nevím. Prostě jestli, když bych se vydal na výlet s nějakýma lidma, prostě mě pozvali na výlet lodí a já tam půjdu. Já vůbec nevím, jestli budu seasick a nebo ne, jestli budu zvracet celou tu cestu. To já vůbec nevím. Tak a není žádný moc velký způsob, jak se to dozvědět, než když na tu loď eventuálně půjdete a zažijete si z toho houpání a jestli vám to vadí nebo ne. So, seasick?
That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the biggest danger. The most dangerous thing for a newcomer is to underestimate the dangers of life at sea.
Jaký danger? Teď nebojujete ani.
I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. They think that since they are tough enough to look after themselves on land, they'll be fine at sea as well. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially on a long voyage, is a brutal job. In an unforgiving environment, we have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies, all kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh ocean weather can bring.
Takže mají chřipku.
And even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation and the lack of entertainment. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems becoming serious. Or even fatal.
So amputations, right?
Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not surprising. Most newcomers think the same way, but hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution, a lot of these things can be avoided. Well, I think that's enough for you to think over for now. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Had any crew members had their limbs amputated?
Are you concerned about them? No wonder Captain Beidou thinks you're different. There must be more to you than just your strength. If you can convince Mora Grubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost, titled Convalescence Payments and Incapacity Support for Injured Crew Members. Regardless of the fleet's income, those who have fought alongside us will certainly receive their compensation every year. Some of those that have returned to land have started small businesses, while others have chosen to go out traveling the world. The money is intended to allow them to live their lives as freely as possible. I'm sure being based on land helps a lot with that too. Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing injuries for a reason, you know. But if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beidou is in charge of the Crux, no one will get forgotten. Is there anything else you would like to know?
No, tak tu otázku jsme si posledně taky zodpověděli. Thanks, that's all I need to know.
Wow, my pleasure. Okay, let's leave it there then.
Tak, navigátor. Another girl. Hi, girl.
Sorry about earlier, Traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Good thing the captain stepped in.
It's okay. I was hoping to learn a little more about cartography.
Oh! Well, in that case, you have come to the right person. I'm not just blowing smoke. You're looking at the most talented navigator in Liyue Harbor. I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions. Let's start with what to look for when you get a set of complicated charts.
I have questions. What do those words mean?
First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines, islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course through this area?
Jako co jsem se občas koukal na mapy, tak to vypadá hodně zrádně, jakože tam vrstva vody je, ale těžko říct, jak hluboká ta vrstva vody je. Takže ostrovní oblast je ve skutečnosti jedna velká Pangea. Prostě se musí celá objet.
Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact distance between 2 points. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it to indicate distances. It's worth mentioning that under my direction, the crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret.
For example, charts inherited from the previous navigator?
Not only those. We have tattered and torn charts that we've picked up from all over the place. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen before. But if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many secrets of the sea. Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use to study the charts further. I don't think anyone other than our captain could manage to get these kinds of resources. Old charts and ancient books on semiotics are not the kinds of things that are sold in your average marketplace. Oops, I've gotten off topic.
Jen trošku.
That just about covers the basics of chart reading. Is there anything else you would like to know, traveler?
Do you have experience making the nautical charts?
Drafting charts? That's certainly a more advanced topic. To be honest, I've only attained a smattering of knowledge in that area. The charts we are using now are just revised versions of the ones left by the previous navigator. So my mapping experiences have been primarily limited to updating our charts to reflect changes in the sea. I think you can ask Captain Beidou more about cartography. One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. It wasn't long before we turned the fleet around and returned the way we came out for fear of potential hazards. But Captain Beidou still managed to draft a simple chart of the area we sailed through for if and when we explore the area again. Incredible, isn't it? I was amazed to see that the captain could even do cartography.
And why does she need you as a navigator?
Because I have the talent, and she doesn't want to let it go to waste. She treats the whole crew that way. I initially had the same question myself. After all, in many fleets, the captain also works as a navigator. I couldn't understand her reasoning at the time, so I asked her. She just laughed and told me to wise up, saying that even Rex Lapis never fights alone. She wants everyone on board to master their role, so that the crux is not floating on her alone. That way, if the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, we will still be able to sail onward without her.
Aww.
Captain Beidou may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes, but the truth is that she's very considerate of everyone on board. Is there anything else you would like to know, traveler? My
Nope.
pleasure. A friend of Captain Beidou is a friend of mine.
Nice meeting you. And you are over Furong, ta třetí. Jo, nahoře. Jaký uličník je nahoře. Tohle si možná vezmu svoji parkour grupu. Jste mě přemluvili. Začneme s tímhle. A ten pro vás je reálnej. God damn it.
Incoming.
Byl jsem tam na chvíli. Tam se dostat bude skoro nemožný. Ne. Jsem na chvíli, ale nezdá se, že ten jak vystupoval, to mám další nad hlavou. Že tam dali aspoň nějaký žebřík. Něco takového. No, tady dají žebřík, ale vede to přímo do střechy, která se nedá oblízt. Ne.
Brace yourself.
I. Možná o jednu příčku. Možná.
Here we go.
There we go. Ještě dvakrát. Jem to můžu. Náskut dole. Jedno jsem se ukrátil aspoň. Už jsem skoro u tebe, ty hajzle. No. To neprolezu. Ne!
Brace yourself.
Hej. No, jsem konečně za tebou. Grázle hnusnej.
Hello, traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology?
Ne, jdu tě zabít za to, že tu seš bez žebříku a já nemůžu vylízt.
In my line of work, I've got to have a pair of sharp eyes. I saw the captain showing you around the training grounds, and then you went to see Yingxing and Huixing. So I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member.
Oh. Yeah, you have a real knack for your work.
Okay, let's get started. First, I'll introduce you to the basics of meteorology. Marine meteorology basically means keeping tabs on the weather as well as other ocean phenomena. So things like sea fog, storm surges, water spouts, and so on. These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Luckily, whatever weather might be coming up, there's always some kind of sign that gives it away in advance. Take water spouts, for example. They're caused by high-speed rotating winds on the surface of the ocean. They can engulf large ships and do immense damage. But if you know that water spouts can only form in an environment with high temperature, high humidity, and large clouds, then you can be well prepared. You will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite directions, with a significant difference in speed, is a direct precursor to the formation of waterspouts. And most importantly, if you spot a small white vortex emerging from the clouds, you should immediately notify the crew to steer clear of what's ahead. So there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch.
Hey, sounds like you have a lot of experience.
I've got to confess, I learned almost everything I know from the captain. All the stuff about meteorology that I just told you about, she's the real expert.
Já, že jsi na stejné lodi jako ona.
Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshu Inn? I heard that when Captain Beidou was a kid, she worked there fishing. Later, she made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. Growing up in an environment like that, it's no wonder she knows everything about the sea. When I first came on board, I lived every day wallowing in doubt, wondering if my former career as a sailor was all just a waste. But as I gradually learned some new things and became more experienced, I finally realized what makes the Crux so great. After all, not every fleet has the uncrowned Lord of the Ocean as their leader. I feel lucky just to have joined.
Thanks for your time. I learned a lot from you.
Find me anytime if you want to know more.
Nope, I don't think I will. See you later. See you later, alligator.
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think?
Yeah. Easy, medium, hard. Nebudu. Nebudu takové jako že it was easy. It was a little hard, but I can handle it. Somewhat.
Now you know that the Shield of the Crux is not such an easy job. Let's
Yay.
get started. First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and illnesses happen all the time. But what is the single biggest danger facing crew members?
Oh. Jo. Takže kontrolní otázka u nemocniční sekce. Underestimating danger. Tohle byly ty 3 odpovědi. A ona pak řekla 4. odpověď. Protože já jsem řekl getting seasick. Nope. V podstatě, že onemocně, nebo že se zraní, ale ne úplně amputace, takže underestimating danger?
Is that your final answer? All right, on to the second question. As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The charts used by the Crux have additional charts attached. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference. What is the purpose of these lines?
To mark distance, to mark special location, to mark different types of currents. Co to je za slohovku? To add color and depth to the chart in a way to express the draughtman's aesthetic preferences and fosters greater appreciation of art amongst the crew. To je taková ta největší bullshit odpověď, kterou jsem viděl. A jestli je to správná odpověď, tak někoho fakt zabiju. Takže to je takovej prostě high class talk. To absolutně nevím, co tam říkají. Lots of lines in various colors. What is the purpose? I think that's to mark distances. Special locations jsou značky.
Okay, interesting. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the crew. For example, waterspouts.
Existuje jich tuny, ale prostě waterspout specificky. Prostě nic jiného nás nezajímá. Tuna věcí, které se hodí předpovídat, ale tohle prostě sure.
So my question is, how can we reliably predict waterspouts so we can avoid them?
Je vlhko, teplý počasí. When Sea Drake says waterspout is coming, it's coming. One leadership is aha, to jsou dvě různé odpovědi. The presence of dark clouds and strong winds in opposite direction might vortices in the clouds. The presence of dark clouds and strong winds in opposite direction will bring white spots. OK, tohle je docela... Tam není není jako odpověď, jak to vzniká. Úplně. Já si pamatuju, že jako tam je vlhkost a teplota. A myslím, že ten týpek se nejmenoval ani jedno z těch jmen. Že jeho jméno začalo, myslím, na N a Sea Drake to určitě nebyl. Tím jsem si jistý, že Sea Drake to není a Luigi to, myslím, taky není. Myslím. Ty 2 odpovědi jsou taky hodně podobný. Jak se liší? Direction, to je stejný. White Rings of White Spots a White Vortices. To mi oboje zní hodně divně. Ani jedna z těch odpovědí mi nějak nic nevrací. Jako žádnej jako memory burst, jako jo, tohle jsem čet, nebo jo, tohle je vlastně pravda. To... tak to... jak udělám, mě to rozpočítá, ne? Jo. Třeba tohle.
Those are all my questions. Do you want to know how you did? Now then, let's see. Out of these 3 questions, you got a total of 2 correct answers.
God damn it.
Not bad. After all, you didn't have much time to prepare. Plenty of people get through their whole training and still don't do this well. It seems that your survival know-how is now up to the standard required of qualified crew members. Time to move on. Next up, we have some Shield of the Crux recreational programs for you.
To be clear, wrestling sea monsters barehanded is not my idea of recreation. To nikdo neříkal, že je to věc. Proč to přednáším? Why recreational activities?
You need to realize that being out at sea might be fun for the first few days while everything's new, but Before too long, looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything can really cause people to struggle mentally. That is why regular recreational activities are an absolute necessity. We offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography, chess. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation.
Yay!
As well as communal wind listening.
Kazuha dostane mention.
Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they've got some way of keeping themselves occupied at sea further down the line. Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands, that can be arranged.
Okay. I was just kidding. Or was I? Ne, Lumina je modest. Jakožto ta nejvíc modest osoba by její odpověď. I když by klidně řekla, klidně to udělala, tak by přímo podle mé interpretace nikdy nepřímo neřekla. Jo, dejte mi tu Sea Monster, otočte tam loď a chci ji zdolat. Prostě, jako když se tam ocitnu, tak tu příšeru zdolám, ale když tam nemusím, tak a ta příšera nic nedělá, tak ne. I was just kidding.
Well, for today, at least, let's stick to the training schedule drawn up by Juza. If I remember correctly, it should be photography today. Come on, I'll show you.
Ach, to mi připomnělo, jak A poprvé uviděl foťáka sebe na fotce. Wow, to jsem já?
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day. The photography session has been postponed.
What's going on here, dude?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just sent word saying that she's fallen ill and doesn't want to risk coming in case she keels over in class.
I see. That's quite unfortunate.
What's going on, Lumina? Captain, if I may, I know a little about photography. Mě trošku triggeruje if I may, protože jedna postava v D&D, co rád sleduju, to říká pořád dokola každou chvíli. Mě to triggeruje. If I may be a good photographer.
Oh? Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you?
You don't say.
In that case, why don't you help us out and lead the class today?
Yeah, unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so there's no time to schedule anything else instead. It would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher for the day.
It's up to you, Traveler.
It's up to you, Lumina. It would be my pleasure.
Great, it's settled then. Juza, let's muster everyone over here to meet the new teacher.
Yes, Captain.
Juza gathers the excited crew members to meet their new teacher. You hold the camera like so.
That should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler.
Wow, nepočítá. Before I begin, I do have one condition.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Since this is a photography course, there has to be a subject. We will need a model to make a photograph of.
Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind.
Yeah. Mám nějakou můzu.
So, who will it be?
Yup. Daj mi samozřejmě hromadu výběr. Yup, Beidou je mezi nima. Samozřejmě. Oh, no. Vy mě donutíte. Vy mě přinutíte to udělat. Xiliuši je ten navigátor, ten týpek úplně nahoře. Chief Mate Juza je v podstatě, myslím, second in command nebo něco takového. Yingxing. Yingxing nevím, si nepamatuju, asi jedna z těch holek. Myslím, že je to ta doktorka? Ta surgeon, whatever. A jako to je to příliš lákavý, než to neudělat, protože jako je přímo tam, je to doslova, je to obrazně řečeno a doslovně řečeno přímo tamhle, tak. Sure, I think the most suitable model is you, Captain Beidou.
Me? well, we could do that. Or the Guyenstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture the scenery for posterity. So how about we snap Guyenstone Forest for today's class? Then there'd be no need for a model.
Come on. We talked about this. The photography class is supposed to be portrait photography. Have you forgotten?
To je tak svý, že se jí nechce, že je shy.
Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet it'd keep the crew more entertained if we got them learning portrait photography so they could record moments in each other's daily lives.
Entertained, sure, ale at the expense of someone else, jako to úplně nevím, jako Beidou to se hrozně stydí a pravděpodobně to může přijít až přímo nepříjemný. I když všichni ostatní budou jako, že let's do it. Beidou to bude hrozně nepříjemný, kdo ví, jestli nedostanu po hlavě.
Those were your exact words, Captain.
Were they now? Strange. I don't seem to remember anything about that. Well, then in that case, how about Huixing? I bet she's perfect for the... or Fuzhong. Or Mora Grubber.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out of this. This isn't like you. You are the captain after all. Of all of us, you're the best suited to being a model.
I agree. You were the one who invited the traveler to be the teacher, so you should cooperate, Captain. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. It's high time you got one. You know, a heroic and striking kind of picture. We can even use it to promote the fleet during recruitment.
Damn.
Funny, guys.
To je docela chytrý. To je docela chytrý způsob, jak jako jednak to udělat teďkon for fun, ale pak to využít k praktickému účelu. I approve. Trust your crew or trust me? Well, slyšel jsem od různých členů, který oni povídali občas, že dává svoji posádku na první místo a že i když může působit nějak jako špatná osoba, takže na svoji posádku nikdy nenechá dopustit. So, logicky speaking, or thinking, technické za to dále? Jako pokud tu vede nějaká druhá cesta touhletou podobnou zónou, tak to stejně uděláme znova. You trust your crew, Captain. You are the best candidate, and they all put their words for it. Všichni ti věří a všichni se shodli. Trust your crew.
If you say so. I'm not one to spoil the fun. So, what do I do now, traveler?
You're the legendary captain. Jako je legendární kapitán slavný Krax Fleet, takže strike an epic pose, protože to je první, co si lidi vybaví, když se o tobě doslechnou. Tohle by bylo relatable jenom po té, co tě blíž poznají. Ale for first impression, protože týpek říkal, že to skoro určitě použije na promoting. Takže for promotional purposes, epická póza bude lepší. You can strike an epic pose.
Like this?
Are you a little nervous?
You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple shouldn't be a challenge for me. It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong.
Perhaps you feel uncomfortable with so many people around? Or posing here? Jako místem to není. Když to vezmeme logicky, tak může si pozovat někde prostě v kabině před zrcadlem a může jí to být úplně jedno. Takže jako tím to není. Perhaps you feel uncomfortable with so many people around?
I never said that.
Chci říct tohle, ale na druhou stranu, když si to řeknu nahlas, což asi kontextuálně jo, tak se bojím, že se urazí doslova všichni, co jsou za mnou. Protože tím řeknu, jste příliš otravní a overbearing, vytraťte se a nechte nás tu osvobodit. We can go somewhere quieter.
You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds
Sure.
good to me. That's a good idea, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Running may still be a problem, but I'm open to persuasion. If you have a suitable place in mind, I can consider it. Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends on the place you have in mind.
Cool. Takže teď musím být geografický expert. Říkal, že lighting may be a problem. There's a fishing village near Wangshu Inn. Protože jsme to slyšeli, že tam vyrůstala. Wow. Až takhle přímo? Yeah, Guangzhou, we can enjoy the ocean breeze. How about the mountain overlooking all of Liyue Harbor? Jako na vrcholku hory by jako moc stínů nebylo. Ale láká mě dát její childhood lokaci. To jsou takové ty věci, které prostě asi separátní ending mít nebudou, pravděpodobně. Ale jsou lákaví tak jako tak, takže je nemůžu nekliknout. How about a certain fishing village near Wangshu Inn? I've heard there's one, maybe. Co když si udělat svoji první fotku ve svý rodný vesnici? Jako, příležitostně dám tohle, ale logicky jako dává smysl na vrcholku hory, pokud si tedy stěžuje na světlo, nebo nějaký lighting obecně, tak jako na vrcholku hory bude světla dost, pokud nebude v noci.
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map.
Didn't she tell me you once lived there?
I'm surprised that you'd remember such a trivial detail. He's right, though. I did live there for a while. And now that you've mentioned it, it's given me the urge to go back and take a look around. Well then, let's go. We can take this opportunity to pay my old home a visit.
Yay. And we're here.
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing.
What has exactly happened here?
Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. To Zhong. Zhang. I barely remember this name.
Probably because you were little at the time?
You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snatched it away from me. Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time, so I chased it all the way to this neighborhood. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to give me some food. Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running, but straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun.
That's when the villagers here took you in?
I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here.
What made you leave later?
Do you know what the name Beidou means?
Not really, ale jako dává smysl, že by to byl nickname?
Come on, I'll explain along the way.
Věď, hodně men něco znamená, když se to nějak přeloží.
About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away. During that same period, the harvest was getting worse and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beidou controls death. Beidou controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beidou was a constellation.
Oh.
And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death.
Damn.
Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction.
Hey, if you're cursed, then I am too.
What do you mean?
The animal archon's gnosis was taken after I arrived in Mondstadt.
Is that all?
And after I arrived in Liyue, the Geo archon's gnosis was taken.
And let me guess. You got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well?
Yeah.
Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could.
Does that make you feel better?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed. And the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't hack it. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just remember, there's no telling what else you might encounter in this vast world. So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beidou demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go.
I suppose we're just two scapegoats looking out for each other.
Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay,
Me too.
it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher?
Oh, yeah. To je to, co jsme dělali. To jsem úplně zapomněl. Yeah, you finally remember what we're here for.
Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose?
Flirtatious. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Já přísám, že to replaynu jenom kvůli této možnosti, i když nebude znamenat vůbec prax, prostě nic. Ale minimálně poprvé musím dát něco, pak dám jako druhý to flirtatious ze zvědavosti. Do I need to strike a pose? Strike an epic pose.
All right. How about this?
Musím jít na hrozně specifickém místě. Really very good. To je dobrá taková normální fotka. Případně použitelná pro recruitment posters.
So, is it done yet? Please don't tell me that it looks weird.
Not at all. It's perfect. Zalichotíme ji? No, se o to pokusíme? You know what? Sure. You were born to be a model.
Show me.
Fine. Only if you promise not to beat me up if you don't like it.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Now.
Photo.
Yes. I see. All right. On behalf of the Crux, thank you very much for your photography class today. You've been an excellent teacher, and I couldn't be more satisfied. Now, as captain of the Crux, I am exercising my official right to requisition this photograph for future promotion and recruitment purposes. So I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this. That's fine with you, though, right?
Sure. I'll take it. Hey, I want that. Photography class for 2. Laughter breaks the solitude of the long silent village, and the lonesome scene grows pleasant once again. The moon.
Come on, let's not waste any time. So?
Jo, pose. Takže tohle ta možnost zapřičinuje differentní outcome. So maybe you could go for something a little flirtatious. Yep.
Nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling. Hey, cut it out.
Wow. You quickly passenger Beidou is fully prepared to leave. Bodacious. Já jsem prostě věděl, že z těch dvou zbylých možností tohle vyvolá tu reakci. Jako toho jsem nečekal. You thought you agreed to strike a flirtatious pose. Sorry, who? You agreed with who again?
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. Probably belonged to Inazuman pirates. We searched the wreckage and found a map. At first, I thought it was a nautical chart. I was thinking we might discover a new sailing route if we were lucky. But after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a Liyue treasure map, and no ordinary one at that.
Is an evil chi active in the area?
Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. So it was the most I could do to figure out that the treasure was probably in Liyue. As for its exact location, I have no idea. I'd say I've explored Liyue pretty extensively, but still, this one managed to beat me. So I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right?
You know me too well.
Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Here's the map. See what you can make of it.
Okay. That's it.
Where do you think it is?
That's it? Is that seriously it? Huh? To je ten největší piece of bullshit. To spíš vypadá nejvíc jako Hilichurl maska, než jako nějaký místo. Nevím, jestli je to něco jako detailního, jako tvar nějaký specifický skály, anebo jestli je to jako, že tvar bližších jako zemí a vody. Já nevím, jaký je scale. Takže ten scale může být úplně cokoliv. Jo, ale typ musím hodit. Chinks Village nebo Gwilly Plains? Well... Jako ještě zbývají dva endingy, takže je možnost, že tohle je taky separátní výběr. Že jako každá z těch dvou lokací bude mít svůj ending. Dávám větší smysl Chinkse Village, protože jenom když si to vezmu podle názvu a kde zhruba jsou, tak Willy Plains je prostě po toho názvu Plains, jako planiny, jako tam jako to nevypadá, že by tam mělo být něco super hype. Třeba vesnici založili na nějakém treasure, kdo ví, yay! Maybe a very badly drawn Chinkse Village, maybe?
Chinkse Village? I don't see the resemblance at all. How'd you come to that conclusion?
Když vidím tohleto, tak to dává smysl. Jako dává smysl tenhle ten úhel pohledu. Chinkse Village has a lot of terraced land, which seems to match the contour lines.
Oh, okay then.
I'm smart. Don't doubt me.
I'm definitely a rookie at this. But your word's good enough for me. Time for a trip to Chinkse. You're coming with me, of course. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
Takže scale nebylo zase až tak světový. Můžu se na to podívat znova? Prosím. Mystery konč. No. Jako když se podívám, tak je tam nějaká řeka s ostrůvkem, kdy se podívá člověk ze zhora, tak by to dávalo smysl z určitého úhlu pohledu. Oh, hi.
Beidou! Wow, and the traveler. My goodness, what's the occasion? Just here to visit us old folks once again? It hasn't been all that long since we last had a visit from the Crux, but I'm glad you picked today. You're just the people I need. These two young rascals, they've been arguing with each other non-stop about some petty nonsense or other. I'm too old to get through to them. They won't listen to me. Please, talk some sense into them.
Rest assured, Granny Zhuoshin. Whatever the situation is, the Traveler and I will take care of it.
Oh, thank goodness. It's Captain Beidou. You couldn't have come at a better time. You're the...
Captain, please.
Whoa, hey. What exactly is going on?
It makes me mad just talking about it. G here, I don't know if he's got a screw loose or what his problem is. But anyway, he took it upon himself to raise, well, practically a whole army of finches, okay? And now guess what? They fly onto my land and completely destroy at least half of my crops.
Že se rozhodl dělat něco, co se vymklo z ruky a totálně to převálcovalo biznis někoho jiného.
I asked him to pay compensation, but he refused. Now how is that fair?
Wow. Jako je to jeho chyba, že je nemá pod kontrolou.
Captain, I'm innocent. They're not even my finches.
Jo, jak se tam vzali?
They look kind of cute, you know, so I fed them a couple of times. They're wild birds, though.
A couple times? Are you kidding me? That's rich. Really rich. There were 2 of them when you first started. 2 finches. Now you have a whole roof full of finch nests.
To bude technicky vzato i proto, že je feednul párkrát, pak se to rozneslo mezi ptactvem a ptactvo se dozvědělo, že ten týpek v tomhletom domu jako rád krmí je a jejich soudruhy, tak se tam začali slétat a opravdu tam byli nakrmeni, tak se tam slétali čím dál víc a víc a víc. A tak aniž by je nějak adaptoval nebo nějak trénoval na něco, tak technicky vzato je v podstatě nepřímo vycvičil na to, aby se tam slétávali a koncentrovali se na tu zónu. Takže i když je nevlastní, tak to je jeho chyba, protože je překrmuje v té lokaci a v podstatě je forsuje na tu zónu, která sousedí s polema. Takže jako přitáhnul nebezpečí do té lokace.
I swear, every time I come by your place, I think I'm at a bird market. I'm telling you, you are not gonna get away with this anymore.
So, yeah, I mean, they laid a few eggs, made a few nests, but finches gonna finch, you know. These are wild birds. I mean, they'll do whatever they please.
So that's how it is. I think I got the picture.
Párkrát je přefídoval a teď je zdrojem přepopulacování finčů.
What's your take?
Jo, to jsem přesně... Tohle je přesně ta úvaha zkráceně. Jako... I když je nemůže kontrolovat, co udělají, tak je přefídoval až moc a teď jsou problém kvůli němu.
Yeah, you have a point. Gee, let's say I'm interested in buying these finches off you. What would you say to that?
Are you serious, Captain? Oh, that would be great. Honestly, with all this trouble they've been causing me lately, they've become a bit of a burden. So if you're happy to take them off my hands, that would be...
All right, deal. My only condition is you have to use some of the money to compensate Wenjing for her losses.
Oh, come on. But I never raised them, did I?
Well, you tell me. You took my deal, that means you admitted to being the owner, doesn't it? Otherwise, what gives you the right to sell them to me?
Captain Beidou,
Damn.
right. If you didn't raise them, what makes you think you can go taking her money for them?
Well...
Don't worry. My offer includes plenty left over for you after deducting the compensation. This way, you get something back for looking after them.
Okay, then. Okay. I'll pay the compensation.
I hope you two are very grateful indeed to Beidou.
Máme tam
I
tak
dare say
pomalu.
no one else will be quite so accommodating toward the people of our village.
Granny Zhuoshin, as you know, many of the boys from your fine village do sterling work for the Crux. The fleet wouldn't be what it is today without them, so please think nothing of it. Ji, Wenjing, I guess you're free to go.
Captain Beidou, you're...
Pops Shing, it's been a long time. Have you been?
Don't get me started. I've been having some real trouble with that neighbor of mine, Jen. We keep having the same argument, and it just goes nowhere.
This is turning into a journey, and I hate journeys. Protože na konci se řekne, it was about the journey along the way. Takže zákaz žádných journey. Takhle se tomu pokladu nedostaneme.
What's the issue?
Come with me, you'll see. Let's go find Jen and clear this whole thing up, face to face.
I'm gonna take care of it myself. Come with me. And haha. June chilies, thank you.
Captain Beidou.
I heard that you and Pops Shing had a little misunderstanding.
Jen planted a tree on his property a few years back. I had no issue with it at the time. It's just a tree. But a few years on, it's grown taller than the roof of my house.
Jako, já přesně vím, o čem tohle to bude. Protože jsem viděl nebo slyšel o podobných případech prostě, že se to děje. A jelikož je to na jeho pozemku, tak si může na svém pozemku dělat, co chce. Klidně si na tom pozemku může postavit zeď, takže se svýho baráku tím směrem vůbec nic neuvidíš a bude ti to házet konstantní stín na tvůj barák. Ale jakož je to jeho pozemek, tak si tam může dělat, co chce. Je to grázl, když něco takového udělá? Jo. Může s tím něco udělat legálně? Ne. Takže to je takovej můj předběžný souhrn.
Every morning when I get up and open the window, I just want to feel the sun on my face, but I'm greeted instead by the looming shadow of my neighbor's tree. It really affects my mood. I asked Jen to cut it down so I could get some sunlight back on my property, but he said no. It's like he's done this on purpose just to drive me crazy.
Jako nevím, jak dlouho rostou stromy, ale myslím, že je to pár let, takže jestli tohle to plánoval po několik let, jenom aby tě naštval za o několik let později, tak to je jakože hodně dlouholetý scheme.
Captain Beidou, you gotta believe me. I didn't intend to block the sunlight, but there's nothing I can do about it now.
Jako on to řekl jasně, můžeš minimálně useknout ten strom. A kdyby ty stromy rostly rychle a ne několik let nebo desetiletí, podle to asi jaký strom, tak mohl bys ten strom zasadit o kousek vedle.
It's not just any old tree, you see. That tree was planted there by my late father. Not long after he planted it, he passed away. And just before he passed, he left me with some parting words. He said our family's fortune was inauspicious and we needed something to suppress the bad luck. That's what he planted the tree for. How can I just chop it down? I'll be honest, I spent a few years studying in Liyue Harbor, so I don't actually share his superstitious beliefs. But still, that doesn't change the fact that this was my father's dying wish.
Okay, I think I'm all clear on the situation. What are you thinking?
Jo, takže dva možný úhly pohledu od Luminy jsou tyhle, takže jako co se týče reálu a tomu, co jsem slyšel z příběhy, které jsou, i když ne stejný, tak podobnýho rázu, tak když váš soused si postaví na svém pozemku něco, co vám vadí, tak jako i když to může být třeba hnusný nebo nevzletný, nebo vám blokuje blokuje výhled, tak je to na jejich pozemku a tam nemůžete diktovat vůbec nic. Takže jako je to blbý, že tam máš prostě že si soused zasadil strom před tvým oknem, ale je to na jeho pozemku, takže mu nemáš to co říkat. Takže Ren wins.
I was thinking along the same lines as you. Look, Pops, I'm not trying to make excuses for Zhen, but just try putting yourself in his shoes for a moment. Zhen's desire to protect his tree isn't for money or because he wants to hurt anyone, or for the sake of any superstition. He just wants to honor his father's dying wish. Pops, you have kids too, right?
Yeah. When you put it like that.
Pops, if you can agree to it, I'll have a word with Granny Zhuoshin and see about getting you some money from the relief fund as compensation for having your sunlight blocked. As for the tree...
That sounds good to me. Whatever you think, Captain Beidou.
Peníze, všechno přežehlí.
The tree can stay. Some compensation would make me feel much better about the whole thing.
Wow. Nějaký pár extra šilinků do kapsy by to celý přežehlilo.
Thank you, Captain Beidou. And thank you for understanding Pop's Xing. I'll make sure to trim it back when I get home to let some more light through. It'll be such a relief not to have to worry about this anymore. On a separate note, I remember the Crux last visited the village not very long ago. Is there some special reason why you're back in person so soon?
Nothing all that special, just personal reasons. I'm looking for some treasure.
Huh? Treasure? Wait a second. That reminds me, I saw Chongping and Defu arguing in the fields earlier. It sounded like they were both trying to lay claim to some treasure. I don't know if it's related to the one you're looking for, but anyway, they're probably still there now.
Really? Okay, well, you and Pops Xing can go about your business now.
Olga. Se starýma lidma se ztratí tolik času a ani nebudete vědět jak. Protože mluví tak pečlivě a důkladně a roztáhle. Chtějí se vypovídat co nejvíc, protože možná si jsou vědomí toho, že další čas na povídání bude za dlouho, tak se chtějí vypovídat co nejvíc teď.
Beidou, you're just in time. Defu's being completely unreasonable.
What happened?
I'm not being unreasonable, Captain. I got Chongping to help me plow my land because it's the busy season. And then, what do you know? He plows up a treasure way I see it, it's my land. So the treasure belongs to me, right? I think it's a pretty clear-cut case.
Jo, takže je to jeho pozemek, ale on dělal to orání, jestli to chápu. Takže je to podle toho, jestli je spíš víc zákonem v tomhle případě jako můj pozemek, moje věci, anebo finders keepers.
You say that, Defu, but what you're forgetting is that I came to help you plow your fields out of the goodness of my heart, and you haven't paid me a single mora. It was also my plowing that turned up this chest. However you cut it, surely I'm entitled to at least some of the treasure.
Jako to by bylo fair. Jako ani si nenárokuje celou treasure. Ani si nenárokuje celou treasure chestu, on si nárokuje vyloženě část. Jako to je celkem reasonable.
The domestic drama just keeps coming today. What are your thoughts?
Oh, your thoughts, Lumina. I don't have your clout. jako ona by s tím pomohla, ale pochybuju, že budou tak hodný a nechají mě za ní zajít a nebo jí poslat dopis. Yeah, there is a legal expert that would know the rights to it, jako Yanfei by věděl, jestli Finders Keepers je legitimní zákonný pravidlo. Jako I know a legal expert that would be way better suited for this.
Okay, I think I'm up to speed here. If you two really want to take this further, I can get a legal expert from Liyue Harbor to adjudicate. As for the costs, I'll cover them. What do you think? Neither of you seems thrilled about this course of action. Okay, so plan B.
Jo, takže to bude jakože, můžeme to udělat tou legální cestou, anebo se prostě dohodneme teď na místě. Takže Janfej neuvidíme.
I'll be straight with you.
God damn it.
The reason I came here today was to look for some treasure. Chances are it's hiding right there in the chest you're both fighting over. So, how about you two stop fighting over it and do me a favor by handing it to me? Of course,
Wow.
I'll be indebted to both of you. If either of you ever needs anything in the future, the Crux will not hesitate to lend you our support.
Captain, you're far too kind, really. Indebted? That won't be necessary. If you want this chest, you go ahead and take it.
Emperor Palpatine, you want this treasure? Take it, please, by all means.
Totally agree. If only I'd known you were looking for this chest. You should have said something. I would have delivered it to you personally to save you the trip.
It seems like it's been quite a busy day for you, helping us settle all our little quarrels. Come on, let's go to the village. I'll rally the masses. We'll get some good food and good drink.
Don't worry about the chest. I'll carry it over.
Alright. Wild until the night time for the party. Já rovnou zase vyjdu nahoru. Protože jestli bude nějaká party, tak to bude ve městě. Jestli to bude někde dole, tak tam můžu seskočit. Myslel, že vidím nějakou tu kamennou sigil, co je většinou na skalách. Tak, došel jsem nahoru na centrální náměstí. Jo, noc mezi tím právě skončila, takže... Tak, zhruba tolik, aby jsme přímo byli se taky přelivu času a nehodili se přímo do toho. A pam. Yep, stojím přímo tam. Take part in the village banquet.
What a fine day today has been. Beidou has solved an awful lot of problems in our village.
She sure has. Without Captain Beidou, that compensation payment would have bankrupted me. Yeah, and if it weren't for Captain Beidou, I'd still be arguing with Pops Xing.
Here, here. We have plenty to thank Captain Beidou for, I'm sure. I propose a toast in her honor.
To Captain Beidou.
Cheers!
I couldn't ask for more than the chance to get everyone together and drink to our heart's content. Cheers!
Cheers! Já tu mám něco. Cheers!
That really hit. Want to get some air? The view in this place is pretty good.
Yeah, thanks for the cheers, but I gotta go.
We can take a look through the contents of that chest while we're at it. Chongping placed it by the water wheel.
Are you sure I'm not too much?
Are you kidding? Beidou can handle her liquor. Come on, let's go.
And she also talks in the third person. Já přísám, jestli tam budou adventure kartičky, pár gemíků a pár coinů, já přísám, že někoho zabiju.
So, I've been thinking. Everyone seems to trust me enough to let me have the final word on their disputes.
Máš reputaci. Když člověk má dostatečně velkou reputaci, tak prostě jsou ochotní svěřit to někomu, u koho si myslí, že je větší, protože má větší váhu. Aniž by věděli, jestli ten člověk je třeba pravdomluvnej, nebo hodnej, nebo zlej. Prostě máte větší váhu, lidi prostě se podvolujou tobě, udělejte za mě rozhodnutí.
But don't you think some of my solutions can be a little stupid? You can laugh, I don't mind. Take Chongping and Dufu's wrangling over that chest, for instance. I had no clue who it should belong to, so I just came up with this stupid idea of taking it for myself. At least that way, neither of them would feel like it was unfair. But, I mean, I'm no Ningguang. I can't make a perfect deal every time. And I'm no Yanfei either.
Yep, Yanfei.
Not all my judgment calls are going to be 100% fair and square. I am Beidou, and my strength is in trading favors.
So the captain of the Crux just hands out favors to everyone all the time.
You think I should be more selective? Some people think their favors are so valuable that they need to plan out how and when to use them to maximize the return on their investment. They view the favor as a bargaining chip. Others see doing favors as a burden, not worth anything in monetary terms and prone to getting you locked in a cycle of constantly returning the favor back and forth. But the way I see it, favors are what keep people connected to one another. Over thousands of years, the people of Liyue have created bonds between each other by doing someone a favor here and asking for a favor there.
Já jsem zapomněl, že vy jste ty zabedněnci s těma kontraktama, tím bojem kontraktů tady. Jste kontraktově zabedněný.
This means that no individual is truly on their own out there. When someone falls down, there's an invisible net made of human connections, waiting to catch them and get them back on their feet. Over the years, I've come to owe favors to a great many people, and many other people have come to owe me one. These are the countless bonds between us, like so many fish in the sea. And they're the reason that the Crux and I have survived the countless hardships we faced.
A to je taky proto, že i kdyby třeba nachytali Beidou při něčem nelegálním a zavřeli do vězení, tak by se vyvolala takovej resistance movement, aby Beidou propustili z vězení, že byste to ani nevěděli, jak rychle by se to stalo. Beidou má lidi na své straně.
I believe that if there ever comes a day when the world is overrun by monsters, Liyue's legal system collapses and the land is thrust back into an age of war, it's these bonds that will see us all through the dark days ahead, until we come out on the other side.
So the reason you asked for my help with finding treasure today was so you can owe me a favor?
I'm not saying that. But either way, we have a pretty firm bond between us already, don't you think?
Sure.
Was this wind brewed in a winery? It's making me lightheaded. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something we were literally just talking about.
Wow, není tohleto ten meme? V tom 2,5 chlapa, myslím. I feel like I've forgotten about something. If you forgot, then it means it's not important. Mě zajímá, jestli tohle je taky rozdvojka. Prostě ne, vůbec ne, ta treasure chest tu vůbec není. Budu hodnej. You didn't mention that treasure chest.
Oh, yeah, the chest! Oh, I got so immersed in our conversation that I forgot all about the main event.
A bedna se transformovala z té dřevěný chesty classical na nějakou fancy bednu.
Come on, let's open it up and see what's inside.
You open the chest and overwhelmed by the putrid smell of years of rotten cabbage.
Oh, that's it? A whole lot of nothing? It's not exactly what I was looking for. But you know what? I don't care. The fun part was going on a treasure hunt with you. Come on, let's get back to the party. Tonight, we go big before we go home.
Ching! Yay! Aww! Between us, community and cheer are the web that connects human hearts.
So, where do you think it is?
Well, the only place it could be, of course. Gwili Plains, obviously.
Gwili Plains. Huh, I never would have gotten that. How can you tell?
Treasure Hunter's intuition. To není moc reliable. Aspoň zní jako, že to je smart choice. I když to prostě you're talking out of your ass. Compared against a regular map, the topography of it most closely resembles the Gwili Plains. Trust me, I know.
Oh, okay then. So you do live up to the hype. I can't believe you noticed that. Let's head over there and take a look. I'll need you to help me zero in on the specific location once we're there.
Well, there is no thing to bullshit my way out of. takže to bude lehký problémik.
It should be around here, right? Hmm? Who are they?
Wow, do nich nevíš?